Marriage is not about love. Let me offend you early. Love is the easiest part. Marriage is about readiness. And most people are not single, they are just unprepared. We grew up watching weddings. We were never taught what happens after the music stops. Nobody prepares you for the silence after an argument, the bills that arrive every month, the version of you that gets exposed when you're tired, the childhood wounds that follow you into adulthood. Marriage does not create problems, it reveals them. Part 1, Emotional Maturity. Let's talk about emotional maturity, not age, not vibes. Not I'm calm, real emotional maturity. Can you communicate without attacking? Can you apologize without defending? Can you listen without preparing your counter-argument? Marriage will test your ego more than your love. Because when people move in together, you don't just share space. You share trauma, insecurities, expectations, family patterns. Some people say, I just want peace, but peace is not found. Peace is built. And you cannot build peace with someone who refuses to grow. If you shut down every time conflict comes, if you gaslight instead of reflecting, if you need to win every argument, you are not ready. Marriage is not about being right. It is about being responsible. Responsible for your tone. Responsible for your reactions. Responsible for your healing. Your partner is not your therapist. They are not your emotional punching bag. They are not your savior. If you have not learned how to sit alone with your emotions, marriage will feel like pressure. And pressure exposes cracks. Part 2, Spiritual Readiness. Now let's go deeper. Spiritual readiness is alignment. Do you know your values? What do you stand for? What do you refuse to compromise? Because marriage is a direction, not a destination. Two people walking together must agree on the kind of life they want, the kind of children they want to raise, the kind of discipline they live by, the kind of legacy they want to leave. If one person is building and the other is drifting, resentment will grow silently. Spiritual readiness means you are not just choosing a person. You are choosing a future, and futures require vision. Marriage without vision becomes survival. Marriage with vision becomes partnership. If your life has no direction, marriage will not give you one. It will only magnify your confusion. Part 3, Financial Stability. Now let's talk about the part people avoid. Money. Not because money is everything, but because money exposes everything. Financial stress does not break marriages. Financial immaturity does. If you cannot manage your personal expenses, how will you manage shared responsibilities? If your plan is, God will provide. Yes, God provides, but He also expects discipline. Marriage means rent, food, transport, health, savings, emergency funds, children, investment, future planning. Love does not pay hospital bills. Attraction does not build retirement plans. Financial stability does not mean being rich. It means being responsible. It means you understand income. You understand savings. You understand delayed gratification. You understand investment. You understand building, not just spending. A mature partner asks, how do we grow? An immature partner asks, how do we look? Marriage is not for flexing, it is for building. If you enter marriage broke in mindset, even if money comes, it will leave. Part 4, the real question. Here's the question nobody asks. If you married yourself, would you feel safe? Would you feel heard? Would you feel supported? Would you feel secure? Marriage is not about finding the right person. It is about becoming the right person. Because emotionally immature people marry emotionally immature people. Spiritually confused people marry spiritually confused people. Financially unstable people marry financially unstable people. And then they blame marriage. Marriage is not the problem. Unprepared people are. Part 5, the hard truth. Let me say something uncomfortable. Sometimes, you don't need a relationship. You need growth. You need discipline. You need therapy. You need mentorship. You need financial structure. You need spiritual clarity, because marriage is multiplication. Whatever you are, it multiplies. If you are peaceful, it multiplies peace. If you are chaotic, it multiplies chaos. Marriage does not fix loneliness, it exposes it. Marriage does not fix insecurity, it amplifies it. Marriage does not fix lack of purpose, it frustrates it. So before you say, I'm ready to marry, ask, am I ready to lead? Am I ready to serve? Am I ready to sacrifice? Am I ready to grow? Because real marriage is not 50-50ths. It is 100/100s to whole people, not to half people trying to complete each other. Part 6, Legacy. Now listen carefully. Marriage is not about the wedding day, it is about the 10th year, the 20th year, the 40th year. It is about building something that outlives both of you. Children who are emotionally secure, a home filled with stability, a legacy of wisdom, a story of discipline, a system of wealth. Marriage is not romance, it is responsibility with intimacy. It is friendship with structure. It is love with accountability, it is commitment with growth. And when two mature people unite, they don't just build a home. They build an empire of stability. Closing. So no, marriage is not love. It is readiness. Emotional readiness. Spiritual readiness. Financial readiness. If you're not building yourself, you're not preparing for marriage. And if this message felt uncomfortable, good. Growth always is. If you believe marriage should be built on maturity, not just feelings, like this video. If you're working on becoming ready, not just available, comment, I'm building. And if you want real conversations about identity, discipline, and wealth building in relationships, subscribe. Because we don't just talk about love here. We talk about legacy.